Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Joe Chaffee. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes on what is a very wet Monday morning for most. And we have more to go here as you look at the satellite loop. One thing that stands out and pretty obvious is that there is a flow of moisture that is coming out of the southwest, and it looks like it's going to be rather endless here. You've got this stream running southwest to northeast. And with that, we are getting several waves that we're going to be dealing with as we go through the next 3 days, at least into Thursday. And then after that, we are going to get into some rather cold air that is going to take over. So here's wave number one. And of course, that's moving through right now with some rain. You've got this next piece behind it, and that is coming up for later today, tonight, into Tuesday. And then we have this third piece that is moving out. And that third piece is probably going to combine to an extent with a piece that is coming down from the northern part of the jet stream. All of this, by the way, is happening with hardly any cold air, at least for the I-95 corridor. That part of the theme remains unchanged. And as we look at the radar this morning, as of 8:30 Eastern time, there is some snow in upstate New York and in parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, and up into Massachusetts. And then it's rain everywhere else. You go south and west of there. Showery rains that extend from southern New England down into northeastern Virginia. And then, of course, as we look further to the south and west, we see a larger area of rain moving through Kentucky and Tennessee, Alabama and Mississippi, and back through Louisiana and East Texas. So all of that is part of wave number two. And in the meantime, in the Southwest, where we have the third wave, and that is moving up into New Mexico, that's where we're seeing winter storm warnings up for a large portion of that area. We're in the mostly in the 40s this morning. You're not going to see temperatures really move much of anywhere. Here's a look at some of the watches and warnings around the country. Just a couple of winter weather advisories up for parts of upstate New York from the western Catskills northward, and also for extreme northwestern Connecticut, western Mass, and southern Vermont, and a small portion of Maine. Flood watches up in that area that runs from the western Carolinas south and west into northern Louisiana. And then you have your winter storm warnings in New Mexico and over into West Texas. I will tell you, just from forecasting experience over many, many years, there's this unwritten rule. Anytime you see snow down in places like Arizona and New Mexico and West Texas, that is usually a weather pattern that is just simply not favorable for snow in the northern mid-Atlantic to southern New England. And it is played out this way through much of the winter. And the reason why is that if you've got winter storm warnings down in the Southwest, it's telling you that the upper air trough in the jet stream is out in the western part of the United States, and in general, you have a ridge in the east that is bringing up warmer air. It just simply defines the pattern as hostile to winter storms in the I-95 corridor. It's that simple. So moving along as we go through this week, of course, let's take you through the rest of today. We're going to have temperatures in the 40s, some warm spots in southern New Jersey down into northeastern Virginia, could make it up into the low 50s. The first wave is represented by the low that you see up near Lake Ontario that moves through northern New England. Now here comes the second wave, because the front that's trying to move through is going to stall out pretty much right along the immediate coast over New York City, Philadelphia, and Washington. So we get the second wave to bulge up some rain overnight into Tuesday morning. Now, when that goes by, the front pushes far enough south so that we should see some improving weather conditions later on Tuesday into Tuesday night. There is some drier air that is coming in. Your front is going to be stalled out like this, and you're going to have low pressure that is going to develop the third and final wave here in this bunch. That is going to move on to the northeast and will be dry Tuesday night into Wednesday. 40s to near 50 on Tuesday for highs, with maybe some developing sunshine in the afternoon. Sunshine giving way to arriving clouds on Wednesday. It'll be a chilly start, but with the low going so far to the west in eastern Kentucky, and those are thunderstorms, by the way, you see through Kentucky and Tennessee. There'll be a burst of snow that runs out ahead of it. It might start as snow in the northern half of Pennsylvania, maybe northern New Jersey, southeast New York, and Connecticut. Wednesday evening, rain for everybody else, and then we just wait for this low to go by, which it will do sometime on Thursday. The last of the showers will move out, and behind that, we have a shot of very cold air, and you can see it here on the GFS with that 1039 high that is back up through here. That's very cold air that is coming down, and we're going to see that cold air start to move in here for Thursday night and lasting into the weekend. This cold air is going to take a couple of days to play through, so we're looking at temperatures on Friday that in many areas won't be getting out of the 20s, and I think by Saturday morning, and then by Friday night, Saturday morning, we'll be down in the teens and in the single digits. Thursday won't be too bad, but we'll start to chill off. Thursday night, we'll be down in the 20s and then hold in the 20s all day. Friday, as I said, teens and single digits for Friday night to Saturday morning. Saturday, not out of the 20s, teens and maybe a few single digits Saturday night into Sunday morning until the high goes by to the east, and we start to see temperatures moderate going into Sunday. And you see the GFS actually brings a little bit of snow that goes up through upstate New York as part of the warming process, but it's not anything that I would be really too concerned about. So that's pretty much it, folks. Another week goes by, and snow lovers are going to get basically shut out, except for areas up in upstate New York and in central and northern New England. That's all. That's it. And we'll keep you updated. What can I tell you? Make sure you download the meteorologist Joe Chaffee weather app for free on Google Play or on the App Store. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel, Joe Chaffee. And we'll keep you updated throughout the day. Have a good one.